Alright, welcome back. So the last time that was the Socratic questioning. So we're gonna just get right through it. Technique number 2, guided imagery. Guided imagery. Visualization is a powerful way to focus the mind. Direct your attention and make changes to your thinking. You can buy pre-recorded guided imagery sessions, find them free online, or make your own. Whatever you decide to do, the idea is that you use your imagination to rehearse or flesh out certain events or images in your mind, and thereby practice or rewrite core beliefs on your own terms. So it's just like, yeah, imagining. You're imagining stuff. I really forgot about this chapter. But yeah, let's go through it together. For example, you could identify some alternative thoughts using the two-column exercise above, and then take the time to visualize the new thought playing out in real life. You could imagine how a past argument or discussion might play out differently if you approach it from a different perspective. Or you could rehearse an upcoming situation but from an entirely new point of view. Some people do this daily. They rewrite their morning to do list and then picture themselves running through the day, imagining in vivid detail how they will cope with various challenges, the words they will say, and how they will respond to crises. Use visualization to rehearse or practice a different mindset, or to return to past experiences, where you can slow things down and examine what happened, finding the underlying beliefs and looking more closely at them. Or visualization can simply be a tool to help you sink more deeply into states of minds and emotions that you are trying to cultivate. For example, if you discover that at the heart of much of your ruminations is the belief that you are not enough, then you can use visualization to counteract this. You could imagine past situations where you did feel like you were enough. Exploring these images or events, you can allow alternative thoughts to emerge and expand them. From this point of view, see if you can think of actions to take toward your goals. There are no limits to your visualization. You could use a guided imagery session to imagine a wise, kind mentor figure encouraging you and giving you advice. I actually do this. You know, I imagine a kind mentor, a kind mentor figure. Well, sometimes it's just, I think it's just another me, another version of me that is more grounded. That is, I don't know. I think I just imagine myself talking to myself, but the one encouraging me, the one who is positive, is wiser, he, he's he is more mature and stuff. So yeah, you could conjure an inner mental safe space where you go to de-stress. You could take the time to imagine in detail a new and idealized form of yourself. What does this person think, feel, do? Allow this guide Allow this to guide you. Maybe imagine your old self having conversation with this new self. There's the one. Or perhaps simply picture images and symbols that have meaning for you. It might be very powerful for you to imagine yourself, for example, as a butterfly transforming in your cocoon, letting go of all your old beliefs and building new ones for yourself. It's up to you. What's important is that you're not merely rewriting your thoughts on a superficial level, but actually feeling into them. Visualization makes things more real for your brain, provided you use all your senses and engage your feelings and sensations. And this is actually kind of hard. I yeah, I remember reading this before because already yeah, if you can still remember, I already read this book about 2 3 years ago. This was gifted to me, and I just wanted to share this. So before, I think I when I read this, I tried to follow this particular technique. However, imagining things in detail is kind of complicated because you don't know what you don't know. Sure, you can really immerse yourself, think about the things that could go wrong, think about the things that that is gonna be a problem, that are you know the things that are gonna be a problem. You can put yourself into that situation in the future. Was that is what I was trying to do before, and it did help, but it is mentally exhausting. You know, it's like overthinking, but you are intentionally overthinking. Maybe I just misinterpreted the technique, but he did say, imagine your old self having a conversation with this new self, or perhaps simply picture images and symbols that have meaning for you. Oh, that's not it. Let me say one thing. Yeah, this one. Use visualization to rehearse or practice different mindset, or to return to past experiences where you can slow things down and examine what happened, finding the underlying beliefs and looking more closely at them. Okay. There's another one. Imagining in vivid detail how they will cope with various challenges. Yeah, there we go. How they will cope with various challenges. Vivid detail. Yeah, that really stuck with me. So what I did was really imagine myself going through the day. Because before I was working for a company, and it wasn't pretty until now. I still have workmates there who are still working there, and they said things got worse, and I got out at a really good time. So yeah, that's what I do. I try to imagine those things vividly, and it took a lot out of me. I imagine, maybe it's because I imagine those things that actually happened, and I know that will happen for the day, and it just made me tired, because I was already anticipating what my boss is gonna what my boss was gonna say, what the clients are gonna be expecting. Maybe what I should have done is expecting those things and knowing that I'm gonna be okay. Maybe that was the missing piece. I could just imagine all those things in vivid detail, and at the end of the imagery, or visualization, I would just tell myself, yeah, so what? Fuck him. He's gonna tell that to me. All right, that's his life. Fuck him. They're gonna do that to me. They're gonna tell me to fuck off. I'm gonna tell them to fuck off. I'm not gonna literally say that to them, but I'm gonna behave like all of their doing all what they're doing means complete nothing to me. Because in the grand scheme of things, they really don't mean anything. It's just work, you know. If you make a mistake, then you made a mistake. You can just learn from it. You know, that's a really huge problem in the work environment where people just want you to be perfect at everything you do at work. That's just not that's just not possible, dude. That's impossible. That's improbable. That's unrealistic. Now making mistakes and learning from them, that's realistic. That's life. Understand if you're a doctor and you made a mistake and eh, God forbid you unalive someone. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not a doctor. I work in finance, I work in accounting, I work in audit. If I make a mistake, I'm not gonna submit it. I'm gonna let my superior know, hey, I made a mistake. You shouldn't submit this. It's just gonna curse and shit. I never submit reports on the day. I always submit them in advance so that my superior can at least review it. At least review them. So yeah, I don't understand why it's such a big deal making mistakes. I think in an ideal world, ah, just visual thinking, I guess. People just let people make mistakes as long as no one gets hurt. You make a you inputted the wrong figures, you look at the wrong things, you made a wrong you made a wrong input in an account or all those shit. And once they see it, they just tell you that's wrong. This is how you're supposed to do it. Then you learn, then everyone moves on. But you know, that's not how the world works apparently. I think that's how the world works, but people don't want to accept that. Especially if it affects them. Because those people who expect perfection from you, when they make mistakes, they want you to understand it. They want you to just let it slide, move on. There are a lot of double standards at work. Whatever job is, I know you can relate. There are a lot of double standards. Might be because they're the superior, they have higher positions, or it's a gender thing, or it's the boss's wife, it's the boss's kid, it's the boss's nephew, or some shit. There are double standards, and you get the short end of the stick if you're not blessed enough, if you're not lucky enough. But looking back, using imagery, visualizing myself of all the things that had happened before, fuck them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I learn from my mistakes, and I will always learn from present and future mistakes. Fuck them. That's it. Bye. just fuck 'em.
Slow down, fool. I'm trying to blast here. Please, I'm begging you.